Come on, let's get this live started before Tofu yells at us. Hey, everybody! Welcome to GriTo, our anime-themed D&D5E adventure. We're doing kind of a impromptu running of next month's episode today, and we got some things to wrap up and tie down and everything. So we're not going to take a super long time getting into that. But before we go into our intro video, we're going to take just a brief moment. I'm going to pass things over to Mike, who ran something yesterday, and we're going to be doing it again. So I think Mike should probably talk about that a little bit. So Mike, go ahead and take it away, buddy.
Alrighty, so one of the new shows here at Shattered Tabletop Games is Call of Cthulhu Down Darker Trails, and we call that game Shadows Over Tombstone. We had our first episode premiere last night. It is starting to become one of those slow builds to something even cooler and greater. Got to set the story and the tone first. I know the first episode is going to be a little bit difficult to get through, but once you do, I promise you everything else is going to be amazing. That's right, Nick. I'm telling you, one of these guys in this show is going to yee their last haul. That's for sure. No, we have a lot of great casts. Ray is actually a player in it. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was a little bit stressful to put everything together. It gave me a much more deeper appreciation of what Ray does. But I think all the elements came together pretty amazing, and it was it's a pretty great show. Definitely, if you get a chance, check it out. And we got another one coming up toward the end of August, I believe. Right, Ray?
Yep.
All right. So look forward to that. Back to you, Ray.
Cool. Thank you. All right. Yeah, definitely check that out. That first episode, the story was getting built together. So yeah, there's some things that you kind of have to listen for. But with 7 players, it was just chaos incarnate, and it was a lot of fun. So what we're going to do here is jump into our newly built intro video, and when we come back, I will do a super brief recap, and we are going to jump right back into where we left off in combat. So we will see you all in about 33 seconds. Bam! All right, we're back to it. It's a catchy tune. It's a catchy tune. Oh, Tofu in the chat. What's up, everybody? Now, there's going to be periodic times where I'll be calling out for chat roles. To do that, you just type in !D and then whatever die I called for. Usually it'll be a D20 with this game. So it'll be !D20. I think there's also a night bot that'll pop up and give you instructions if you pop in later, or maybe you forget. But anyway, let's talk about this recap. The group found a traveling troupe of musicians. They're not very good at what they do, but they were on their way to a festival to celebrate their god and gain a boon. The players joined them, and come to find out, it's not the god they were expecting. It was actually a cyclops living in a cave. The villagers were offering up one of their own as a sacrifice, and that didn't go quite as planned. And now the players are embroiled in a combat. The very last thing that we did, Oren had polymorphed or disguised self to look close to I forget the name of
Malil.
Yeah. Who is a friend of Lyra. So that's who this Cyclops is pretending to be. So Oren, you have transformed, you have issued your decree to the villagers. Many of them do stop throwing rocks, and they're all kind of standing there staring at you. And one of them actually says, "Who are you?"
I am one who has spoken, or I am one who follows Malil and is chosen, and he wouldn't want this. He wouldn't want this imposter going around being worshipped as if he were Malil, because he's not. So you should listen to me.
Chat, I'm going to need that D20 roll I was just talking about.
Right out the
Exclamation
gate.
mark D20 right out the gate. He stands there with a very confused look on his face, and you see a few of the other townsfolk, even though you're in the middle of a field, all kind of like start whispering to each other, like, is this guy for real? Like, I just met this guy, but like we've known him for years. Like, so with a 14, they all kind of unanimously decide that, okay, you know what? This is y'all's situation. They're just going to back out of it.
Orin, when somebody
Groovy.
asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Look, I don't know how that's going to go over, okay? So I got them to stop, and that was the main purpose of this.
That's me from inside the fight with Tilly, where I'm like trying to block a giant freaking ogre's arm.
Before we get too deep into actually rolling and getting into combat and stuff, I'm just going to take a real super quick moment to give a shout out to the amazing Tofu Chipmunk moderating our channel, doing great things, putting up all the awesome clips on our Discord. I'd also like to give a shout out to Mostly Bad Ideas. They have a wonderful podcast that is also on our Discord. You definitely want to check out that game. That's quite funny too. And welcome, Death Knight, new follower. Glad to see you. Hope you enjoy the show. And without further ado, we are going to turn on our combat music.
Hey.
Nice. Right. So, the villagers have stopped fighting. Orin has taken his turn. That means next would be... Orin was on 14. It'd be the Cyclops' turn.
Bring it.
The Cyclops is quite injured. His Achilles tendon is kind of like hanging out in the breeze right now. And he's losing a lot of blood. So he's going to take this moment to try and stop the one who has been doing most of this attacking. And he's going after Toad with his giant tree stump Tetsubo.
Toad's feeling pretty lucky, so I'm gonna roll 2. Yeah, I'm gonna take my roll. It was a nat 1.
Well, not very far off. The Cyclops rolled a 4. So you definitely do some kind of Toad breakdance move, I imagine.
Hell yeah. Right on top of his club, and then I hop off.
He moonwalks.
Right? He's like moonwalking down
the move, gets up, moonwalks out.
That brings us to Cricket.
Yeah, so like he's kind of turned to try to hit Toad, right?
Yes.
In a way. So if I see that Achilles tendon, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast as a warlock, if you can imagine that.
No way.
Initiate.
Yeah, it's like a shadowy smoke kind of is around his fingers as he tries to cast this bolt of screaming nightmares. It's not gonna be great.
For real.
That's only a 12.
Oh, 12. Oh, yeah. No, 12 will hit.
Okay. Shout out
Let's
to the
get it.
12. Oh, that is going to be 14 damage.
Nice.
Ooh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
damage.
Cricket packs a punch.
So, wow. All right, Cricket, you fire the Eldritch Blast, and it does the third strike to the Achilles tendon. All of you hear what sounds like a gigantic rubber band snapping, and the Cyclops immediately drops down. Oh! Oh! And it is in this moment that if you can imagine, imagine how Matt looks right now in the computer screen here, except that he's Cricket. Popping up very slowly from the side is Hannibal. just the head. And she says, "Father, may I?"
Yes.
Hannibal's face distorts and her mouth turns into like a football-sized maw of sharp teeth that are all like mismatched and facing different ways, and leaps at the Cyclops.
That's my girl.
Mike has left the building.
Why, man? Seriously, who hurt you, Ray? Who hurt you?
The world.
What is it you want, Ray?
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Jeez. Hannibal leaps like a piranha and latches onto the throat of the Cyclops. She is now grappled. Blood is spraying everywhere. Next up on our turn list is Griffin, actually.
Of course.
So the Cyclops is down. I'm going to say that with the size of it being down on a knee, it's going to qualify as prone. So you will get advantage on your melee attacks.
Just on a knee, not like down.
Right. Correct.
Okay. Which way am I facing the Cyclops? Am I on the is that like on his front side where his like face and chest and stuff are?
No, because he turned around to attack Toad. So he's actually got his back to you right now.
All right. So I'm thinking about the position. I'm going to use my quarterstaff. Don't know if we can call shots, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to bring it up around, but I'm going to come. I want to try to hit him in the sack with the quarterstaff.
Who hurt me?
Hey, look, bullies hurt me in school. That's why I'm doing this.
Fair enough.
That's a 12.
Okay, that's a hit. Yeah.
Famously hit.
D8 plus. That's a 9.
All right. The Cyclops falls forward, holding his groin, and he just goes, "Me nards," and like face plants into the cave floor. Still alive.
Him. No, that was
Still alive, but very injured. Next would be Tilly.
I think with him being down, it's not really in Tilly's nature to like, hurt somebody when they're down, type deal. So she's gonna kind of like roll her shoulder and go over, but like, kind of like foot to like head, like kind of not kick, but like, are you done being mean? Like that.
Definitely thought that was going darker there for a second.
Yeah.
Tilly doesn't like hurting somebody down, so I just take his head and I start crushing it.
Yeah, no.
You ever see that scene in
just
Game of Thrones? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Tilly, give me what would this be?
Intimidation?
Diplomacy? Intimidation? Yeah.
Man, I don't have nothing in that, but all right, we'll go for it. 18. Woohoo!
18. All right.
Hey.
So I'm going to use Death Knight's roll of a 10 from many moons ago in the chat. The Cyclops is okay, please, just I'll leave. Just stop beating me up.
Tilly, ask him where his trinkets are.
Where are his shinies?
Where
Yeah,
are
he
your
doesn't-
shinies? But also,
There you
do
go.
you want food before you leave?
Not you making him a
Tilly
plate.
has turkey legs.
Jelly wants to know.
I like food.
And the shinies?
They're at the end of my cave.
Woo!
She like turns. It's at the end of the cave, everyone.
I
All
grabbed
right,
Cricket.
Tilly
and we
will
started
make you
rolling
a
back.
plate.
Tilly will make
Hard
you
for
a plate.
Toad.
This is the most anime thing ever right now.
Like literally, as soon as the direction was given, it's like a smoke, like just gone. Like Griffin grabs Cricket and just takes off and hollers for Toad to come
Okay.
in case we need
Yeah.
backup.
I want to kill him.
And you can like visually see like the anxiety like kind of relaxing and going away from Tilly. Her claws are receding back into normal nails, I guess. But she's gonna go grab some turkey legs and like as many as she can grab for the Cyclops.
Just
Right.
nobody knows how they all showed up.
And Oren,
Oh, it's my turn? Oh.
what are you doing in all this?
I think seeing that the fight seems to be over, Oren's gonna turn around and make sure that the villager who is like tied to a stake is untied from the stake and is just gonna like slowly like shrink back to his normal form as disguise self kind of dissipates, and he's just like, yeah, so see, look, like you don't have to be eaten. Okay, this guy is not your god. He is not chosen. He was just eating people. So next time, maybe ask questions. You know, maybe critical thinking. I don't know. And just like proceeds to ramble and lecture this person as he unties them and kind of like
Berating the poor
shoo.
guys like, I was gonna be eaten, man.
Right.
I think
All
as,
right.
as Cricket's running by, he has Hannibal's both of her legs and is trying to pull her out of this Cyclops.
There's definitely a fair amount of resistance, but between Griffin like pulling at Cricket and Cricket pulling at Annabelle, you managed to get the doll to disengage. And the three of you are able to head deeper into the cave. But before we continue with everybody else, because Tilly's out getting food and whatnot, Toad, you are standing alone with this Cyclops.
Oh God.
You said you wanted to kill it.
Yeah.
So how does that go down? Because this would literally be a coup de grace.
I'm gonna look around, make sure no one's looking, and just slice his neck open.
Sounds about right.
You hit me with the tree, dude.
I said sounds about right. I knew the tree hit, so
Toad needs to learn some forgiveness, okay?
What?
Toad
You
has
hit
the
me with
Toad
the
of the
tree,
warrior.
dude.
And I want to walk away and then act like I never did that.
So like you do it, blood spraying everywhere, and you're just like slowly walking away from it.
Yeah.
Nice, very anime.
You're right. He doesn't look at the explosions. He just
Well,
it's just
cool guys
happening in
don't
the
do that.
background.
Somebody's gonna be Sasuke. I'll
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
Who's gonna be your Naruto?
Tilly, I guess.
Clearly,
Yeah.
She's over here forgiving everybody. Cricket to Orochimaru.
Turkey legs.
We could have a fucking ally. Damn.
Oh goodness! Now,
If he did
Toad,
it
are
once,
you
he'll
going
do it again.
to? Are you going to catch up with Griffin and Cricket, or are you heading out to Tilly and Orin?
Yeah, I'm going in the cave.
Okay. So, Griffin and Cricket, you reach the end of the cave, and you see there's a few, like, clay pots back here, and a treasure chest that's, like, fairly okay size. It's not, like, huge or anything. And there's a small pile of just random coins.
Griffin still has his staff in his hand, his quarterstaff, and much like our friend Link, you just hear him going, "Cat, cat, cat!" Freaking the freaking pots open.
Excellent.
I do that little spin move with it too.
Yes. You break open a few of the pots and don't find anything. But in the last two, each one of them has a potion inside of it.
Ooh. Do-do-do-do.
I love that.
What's what kind of potion? I guess
So there's a potion of fire breath and a potion of resistance.
ooh. So I pocket those for right now. I let whoever grab the gold and does anybody need help opening the chest? I think I can do it. Can I do it?
Yeah, I guess
I do
I'll.
have these tools, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at chest cracking. Like an Eldritch Blast it open.
Did
Yeah,
did
it's
anybody check to see
is
if
it
it was
wooden?
just opened?
Is it a wooden chest?
It
said
is
it was
a wooden
locked?
chest.
Okay, I'm just gonna swing at it
Like with your fist.
with my sword.
All right.
All right. Okay, that's fair. You swing your sword. I mean, it's not moving or anything. It's not going anywhere. Griffin is like getting ready to thief pick this thing, and you just split it like right through the lid. It's like
Slowly moving apart.
yeah. There's like a flash of light as the sword comes down, and the box looks fine, and then it falls in half. Falling out of the treasure chest is an ointment, a small satchel, and a ring.
I don't touch anything, so I let whoever opened it take it.
What do you want, Cricket?
I think Cricket's eyeing the satchel.
Alright.
He likes bags.
I was eyeing the ring.
Okay. And who picked up the gold before?
I
I think the
assume
gold's still
it-
just laying there.
honestly,
Okay, I'll pick up the gold and the satchel, if and then I'll hold on to them. So, how much gold and
So there's 120 gold, and you are holding on to a bag of holding.
A
the satchel was a good choice.
What's is this just a ring?
That is a ring of swimming.
Wow. Nice.
is the potion just a straight up potion of resistance, or is it a potion of a certain resistance?
Potion of resistance is all I have written down.
Okay, I don't see it in my inventory, so I'll just write something in later.
The bag of holding is empty, or does it have something
Yep.
in it?
It's empty.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. So he just puts a little satchel around himself, and I guess Hannibal will sit like behind the satchel, just kind of like held in, and start getting ready to walk out of the cave.
Okay.
As Cricket starts, because I was thinking about this back and forth, and I was trying to figure out who I think would be the most chaotic with this. So I grabbed that potion of fire breath, and I hand it to Cricket, like on the down low. I just kind of like, here you go, man. Like I just kind of lean over so he just him that can hear me, and I go, "This will give you fire breath, my friend."
I think Cricket just gets like kind of wide eyes and then just kind of looks the bottle over and just kind of like puts it in like a little pocket, just like, yeah. What is? I'll handle it later. The logistics of fire.
I'll grab the ointment to give to either Tilly or Orin once we get out.
Okay.
Smart.
Morkin. I actually kind of screwed up there a little bit. So there is, amongst all of this stuff, and after you've kind of picked up all the coins, kind of cleaned up the area, we'll say, the three of you find a scroll. Upon the scroll, because it's all wrapped up and everything, it has a wax seal that has the symbol of a crab on it. It bears a striking artistic similarity to a certain item that one of the players is carrying. A certain griffin token.
You know what? The whole time I'm like, I bet he's talking about me, but I have no idea what the heck he's talking about. I'm looking through here real quick. The dime bag of catnip. Yeah, I really have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not even kidding. Because all I have is like wood carver's tools, carpenter's tools, ball bearings.
He gave up his token, didn't he?
I gave up my card, my
the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I gave that up because that was I had to give up something personal to myself if I wanted to gain something, and because I had no idea what it was, and the only thing I could remember I had on me was that card. So, yeah, what specifically do I have that it reminds me of?
So, if I remember correctly, it may have been the card, but I thought it was a wooden token with a griffin carved on it.
Yeah, didn't he give that up for the card?
Oh no, that was I didn't have the token. That was on the baby bassinet, like the baby thing I was in.
Yeah.
The thing had it was like attached to the thing. Somehow I accidentally opened up Adobe Premiere.
So,
cool.
There we go. But yeah, there was a griffin symbol carved into the whatever baby thing I was in, and that's kind of why the orcs gave me the last name of Wood Carver.
Yes, it has a artistic resemblance to that symbol.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that makes more sense now. Okay, so who sees it? All of us, or?
Yeah, all three of you as you kind of clean up this mess. And by clean up, I mean loot.
Yeah, we just loot everything. Guys, that symbol looks familiar to me. Is it okay if I grab that?
Nah, I want it.
Okay,
No, I'm
take
just
it.
kidding. Of course.
Looking
Take
for
it,
the
Toad.
side effect
Go
on the
ahead.
bottle for
I
the fire
dare you.
potion.
I
Might
have no
cause
need for
acid
scrolls.
reflux.
Yeah, that's what Cricket's worried about.
I go and I pick it up. I don't open it yet. I just kind of like stuff it in my gi, and I wait for a moment later on where there's maybe no danger or anything crazy I might run into, so I can check it out.
Cool.
I might have Orin help me look it over.
Mm. Yeah, I imagine this cave is kind of smelly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little ripe
There's
in
some-
here.
Smells
Smells like a high school boys gym locker.
In there. Jeez.
Yeah, Cricket's trying to get out of there quickly if they can.
All right. So while all this is happening, Tilly, you return to the cave carrying 2 large turkey legs to discover the Cyclops has bled out all over the cave.
Yeah, so this whole time I was trying to think, about how I'm gonna react to this. I think Tilly just comes in and is just like, Tilly has 20 turkey legs for Cyclops Man. He's like,
I like it was gonna be 28, went down to 20. She's like, I ate some way over here.
Yeah. Exactly. And she kind of like goes up and like does the toe thing again. And is just kind of like,
oh, that's sad.
You sleeping? You sleeping? And then
Is Cricket back?
realizes that, like, you know, she can see the slash mark and all that in his neck, and is just like kind of frozen. And then she kind of sits down, like, crisscross applesauce type deal, like with the turkey legs, and just kind of like, if his eye is open, kind of just like puts his eye down and just like pats his head, kind of like just real sad, and you can kind of start to see like some tears like well up in her eyes. Yeah, she feels like pretty bad about it. And it's not like understanding that like it must have happened like from somebody else, you know, thinking like,
oh crap.
Yeah, and it's
You
just one of
thought
those.
she did it?
I think she's trying to like figure out in her head like how, but she's thinking like maybe this, like we all went too hard during the battle or something like that, you know. So yeah, she's just kind of like patting his head, and then gets up to go like basically go get as many like things of wood as she can, because her intent is to give him like a warrior's like death thing, because that's like her I guess this is kind of a little like in her head she's like, okay, like, you know, he died a warrior, he deserves a warrior's death, and that's kind of like what her tribe would do type deal. So she's going back out, tears still kind of like welling up at her eyes, but yeah, like she's left all the turkey legs, hunger gone, like out the wind, and she's just like for once very quiet and very like solemn.
Oh, poor
It's
Tilly.
like the freaking scene from The Lion King when Simba goes down and like sees his dad. That's all I was thinking about the whole time. It's like, come on, wake up.
Now I'm gonna say that Tilly,
you feel great about yourself, Toad.
You come out, you're going to fetch the wood, your eyes are welled up as you said, and Oren, you have finished lecturing this poor soul with
2 hours
what
later.
yeah, it could only be described as the longest untying ever. And you see Tilly come out of the cave like on a mission, like eyes kind of watery and everything.
Oh no, Tilly, what's wrong? Is it does it smell in here? Is it smelly? Is that what's happening? Are your eyes burning from gas?
That was, oh my god, that was a great place burp, not gonna lie.
What's the matter?
That's what the smell hit. No, the smell hit him.
that came from the Cyclops.
Oren picks up a like palm or something and just starts fanning furiously to get the smell to go away.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think Tilly's like 8 feet tall, so she kind of like looks down at Oren, is just like, Cyclops man died a warrior's death, and now Tilly needs to give him a warrior's passing. And then she just keeps going towards like wherever the wood or whatever is.
I think Oren in this moment would just help whatever Tilly is doing. If she's gathering wood for like a funeral pyre situation, then he would start assisting in that, like the gathering of the wood and setting that up.
Okay. So I'm going to say easily enough, you all are able to pick up what you would need. I mean, we're not talking like massive logs because this was basically just like a field of wheat, but there's a few like thin, tall, like scraggly trees here and there that Tilly can basically just knock over. So we'll say that you all have collected those and you are now on your way back to the cave. Cutting back to the cave, the rest of the group comes heading on out, and you come back to the Cyclops, who is, again, lying in its own filth and blood, and you see turkey legs all around it.
I think Cricket eats a turkey leg.
I knew you were gonna do something like that.
Gross.
I don't think you're supposed to eat these. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna let it go. See how it
But-
plays out.
I think they kind of pick up a turkey leg and are kind of like scanning the horizon, looking for Tilly. I think Cricket's a little concerned about where Tilly would be, because it's not in Tilly's nature to just drop a pile of turkey legs and leave them uneaten. So they're like looking around like, oh, I think they look for Griffin and where's Tilly?
Were these turkey legs like strategically placed around the body, or were they just
No,
like on the ground?
like-
Because when you said that, I thought maybe like during the preparation of the pyre that Tilly kind of laid them around, like these were gonna be for you, and you take them to the afterlife with you.
No, it would have been like kind of near his shoulder / arm. Like,
Okay,
yeah, like she kind of just
kinda like
dropped
that's
it.
where they fell, and that's where they stay.
Yeah.
All right.
Tilly puts out the turkey legs and then draws the alchemist circle.
Turkey Cyclops.
Oh no!
On a resurrection.
Gotta do a little equivalent exchange here.
I don't-
His eyes roll back in your head. You start speaking the dark language.
She don't want
Cricket's
no
like,
problems.
mother.
So are they still preparing the pyre, or what's happening right now? What are we walking into?
They're nowhere in sight.
Okay.
It's
Do
just
we
a
see, like, the
dead
something?
Cyclops and the turkey legs.
So there's like not like wood or anything else set up yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. So I
You
guess
see a bunch of villagers that are like really upset right now as well.
Hey, Toad, why are these guys upset?
Because
No,
they're
Griffin
dumb.
wouldn't know.
I don't know.
He's like Griffin is under the assumption that they stopped a false person from giving these people, like taking advantage of these people and doing terrible things to them. So he thinks he's in the right. He thinks like he didn't know that the dude was dead till he walked out, but he wasn't. He was definitely sure that this thing was taking advantage of the people, and he didn't think that was right. So yeah, he has no idea why those people were upset.
Oh my god. Oh, tofu.
before starting fire, she said, "Oh, that's freaking mean." Way to go, Tofu.
The
I knew you had it in you.
villagers are like, what do we
yeah.
do with our lives now? Who do we devote our lives to now? I don't even know who I am anymore.
I want to raise my hand and say me.
Oh my god.
Warren is
Yeah,
walking
really
back
cool
with a stack
chair.
of woods and immediately shuts that down. Is like, no. Kind of like helps
Join
Tilly
me.
gather some wood
Carry
and then
my
like
chair.
runs over to the villagers and just starts like giving a theological speech about Malil and how like it's good to believe in something and you can devote your life to it, but let's be smart about this. Your god is not a cyclops, and starts just talking about that and shamelessly starts plugging Lyra and like throughout it, and is just like Lyra, who is like friends with Malil, is like pretty awesome as well, and like it is trying to like build them back up and talk about like you build a temple and like you pray and you do this and you do that and like different appropriate ways of communicating with your god.
Griffin speaks up too, and he goes, "Yeah, and maybe don't wear like root vegetable necklaces and stuff. I don't think that's actually doing anything." You gotta offer that as a sacrifice, but it has to be like good, pristine looking vegetables. You can't just take over a weird looking potato and say, "Hey, I bet Lyra would like this." It's not how it works.
As Griffin's saying that, Cricket's like quietly trying to take off his root vegetable necklace. Like,
Oh my gosh.
What god would think that you need to make a necklace out of potatoes? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. He's looking at Orin like, got anything? Like, is there a god that wants a potato necklace?
I mean, that may be one way to like honor your god, is, you know, showing off the bounty of the harvest that they provide. And Orin is working overtime to repair the how did Mostly Bad Ideas put it, the broken reality that he caused. and is just talking sense to them about like clearly this Cyclops was not like here for you and here to help you, and you, like, Malil is still great and like you still can believe in them, but like here's how you would go about that, here's some things you might do, and if you want to wear root vegetables, I mean, hey, like, party. But
Griffin's just shaking his head no in the background behind Orin while he's like, if you want to wear vegetables, I'm like,
I mean, for festivals and stuff, like, if they want to wear them for festivals, that's fine.
freaking dumb.
Tilly, you have begun setting up this funeral pyre for the Cyclops, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone sees Tilly doing this. Would anyone else like to help or ask questions? Or
If Griffin sees... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Cricket would actually probably want to talk to Tilly because they could see that Tilly's upset. So I think, and Cricket's not very strong, so they're carrying a couple of small, like, limbs of a tree, but they're trying.
Little broken branches.
And I think they just kind of like hand it, literal olive branch to Tilly. Are you okay?
She kind of just shakes her head. He's like, he died a Cyclops man died a warrior's death, but unnecessary. And she just keeps putting sticks and wheat and whatever else on there. Still kind of like, you know, drop here or two, but not like a full river going down her face. But she's just setting this thing up.
Yeah, I think Cricket knows not to push it, so they're just going to try to help where they can. Cricket's only like 45 pounds, so I imagine they're lifting like very
Nah,
small.
she's still like, you know, going and taking the olive branch and like putting it, like she's thankful. Like you could tell, like she's not saying no to anything in that sense.
So Cricket will just help Tilly build a funeral pyre.
I feel like Cricket would be able to build this thing like into a giant nest. Like,
There's some instincts that are taking hold of just like whenever they place something down, they kind of kick it around a little bit, like probably a little needlessly, getting it shaped up.
I love that. Griffin, you are able to head into the cave, and you do find some straw and things that the Cyclops was presumably using as a bed.
Yeah, I just grab it.
And while doing that, you collect the straw and everything, and when you go to scoop up a large chunk of it, a few pieces of parchment fall to the floor.
Like unsealed or sealed?
Yeah, they're like index card sized.
Oh, okay. So I kind of sit the straw down for a second. I pick them up to try to see if I can read them.
The first one that you start reading, it's in common, but it's very like broken common, and like a lot of the letters seem to be written in the wrong direction.
Is this like Fallout 4 and after the swan comes out, like the way that they write the card is kind of like how it is?
I don't think I've seen
Never
that.
mind. That's if anybody knows Fallout 4. It's all good. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so it looks like a child wrote it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What-
And
Decipher.
it says, Dad, we miss you. We hope that you return home safely from the war.
Oh,
Little Timmy has grown so big. He's at least 6 hands tall now. And on the back of the card is like a stick figure family of Cyclops. It's all labeled out like Dad.
nope. Won't make me feel
Timmy.
bad about this at all. I take that one. I go. Shh. Does not make me feel bad one bit. No, I don't. I actually don't do any of that. I hold on to it and I check the other piece of parchment.
It's just more like hand-drawn pictures.
So what you're trying to do with this little bit of a thing is try to show me that this thing had a family and we just killed its father and I'm supposed to feel sad about it, or what's that?
Maybe.
I take it out and I give it to I gather up the stuff. Oh, you know what I do? I gather it up with the straw and I make sure I put it under the straw for where they're gonna fire. And I tell
Yeah.
no one.
Damn.
I love it.
I mean,
We're
technically,
definitely the bad
everybody's got a family of some kind, right, Tofu?
I mean, even bad people in history had families. Mussolini had a mom.
And to be clear, we did not kill the Cyclops.
We
To be
hurt
clear.
I
him.
don't know who did that.
We did not kill him.
We don't know that.
He bled
You
out
know that
from
we
his
didn't kill him.
injuries in the fight.
That's what it looked
and-
like to me.
And again, Griffin does not feel bad about having something that's taking advantage of people like be beaten down and stopped. So nothing like his whole being was fighting and stopping like monsters from doing bad things and collecting them and taking them to prison and stuff too. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
No. You're good. That makes all the sense in the world. When we're getting ready to light the fire, I'd like to talk to Tilly once we get around to that point.
I'd also like to go and give Oren the ointment. I figured he'd probably make the most use of it, since Griffin
No,
didn't want
okay.
it.
What ointment was this again?
So this is Kyotom's ointment.
I know how to spell
Found
that.
this
Hey.
for you. There you go.
KEOGHTOMS.
And would I know what the ointment does? Like what special properties it has?
I would say probably, but I do not have that readily available.
Groovy. I will look that up later. Thank you, Toad. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate this. Wow. I thought we stopped in time. So that way Cyclops wouldn't die. It's crazy how we came back and he was just dead. But I mean, I guess we did kind of slit his guts open. So
Yeah,
that
it must have
seems-
been weak.
That's pretty deadly. Crazy. And it's that flat eyes, flat mouth situation, looking at Toad and just like going about like the other stuff.
Yeah.
Would you like to help, Toad? Would you like to help with the funeral pyre?
No, I'm alright.
I put what it does in the private chat.
Thank you.
Kind of awesome, actually.
All right, y'all get the funeral pyre put together and ready to be lit. You've like built it around the Cyclops pretty much. And so Cricket, you may have your heart to heart with Tilly.
Yeah. So I think Cricket walks up to Tilly again. Are you feeling better?
She's still just crying, like just tears welled up, like a few going here and there, and she's kind of like wiping at her eyes.
Yeah.
And I think she just kind of shakes her head. Like, I don't think she has words right now for it.
I think Cricket kind of looks at Tilly and goes like, maybe screaming will help let it out. And they take out the fire breath potion. And they hand it to Tilly to start the fire.
Ooh.
That's actually pretty dope.
It didn't go the way Mike wanted it to, but
I
still
know.
very endearing and awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely gonna take the potion, and she looks at Cricket, is like, thank you, Cricket, and then just chugs this thing, and just lets out like just everything, like just fucking pure like sadness, rage, everything, like all of that. Yeah, that.
So we
Yeah. Boom. Doesn't really warn anybody, so it might catch some people off guard, but
I think we're staring
no.
hard at that.
Okay.
So good.
Tilly.
Huh?
You drink the potion.
Yeah.
You're 8 feet tall, you said?
Yep.
Okay, cool. You drink the potion.
So bad.
And suddenly, all of you see, like, this is all very, very quickly, happening very fast. Tilly drinks the potion. You see, like, Tilly's stomach kind of start to glow, like how dragons light up, like, before they breathe fire. And the glow kind of comes up. And as the fire is coming up, you see Tilly begin to grow and double in size.
Oh my god, how big is this cave? Aren't we in a cave?
You're 16
You-
feet. then.
We got
You
this
are-
cave.
You are in a cave, and
Oh, no.
Tilly, you let loose a fire breath, at which point I need everyone in the cave
I
to
knew
make
it.
dexterity saves.
Can I misty
knew
step
it.
away?
I was over by the other fire. I didn't participate in
Yeah,
this funeral.
right. You get your ass up in here, Toad. You gonna have to roll like everybody else.
Oh.
Griffin got a 16.
Oh shit.
Toad also got a 16.
Did not get a 16.
Warren did not.
Can Orin very quickly cast resistance on himself? Gain a D4 on this.
Is that a reaction, or is that a bonus spell?
That's a great question. I think
I will allow anybody to
An
do
action.
anything that is a reaction.
I don't think I have. the
So
evasion yet.
Orin got a 5.
I got a 9.
Okay. And I'm assuming Griffin got a pretty good.
16.
Oh yeah, there you go. Because that's what monks are made for. You backflip out of the way. Tilly, I need you to roll 4d6.
4d6 coming
God.
up. 4d6.
It's about to smell like chicken in here.
Or crow.
Yeah.
That is
Porcelain
12.
ball.
Oh, that's not
12.
bad. So 12
that's not too
damage.
Yep, 12.
Spicy.
Hot.
Do I dodge completely or do I take like half damage?
You take half damage, but
Okay, so I take which is 12 or is that what it was?
yeah.
12?
so 6, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Not
That's-
bad. Not bad. Well, my backdrop's trying to close on me.
Oh no.
Don't be mean. So that wasn't too terrible. But Tilly, you just light this Cyclops and the pyre up. Like, it goes up easy. Almost kind of smells like burning bread for a moment because of all the wheat. But then it's quickly overtaken by like corn chip smell.
Oh.
Got those feet.
I think during this time, because I imagine it will take a while to burn, a Cricket has eaten his turkey leg completely, like prestidigitations the bone clean, and then carves the fight that we had with the Cyclops into it, almost like a tail, and then like if Cricket would let her, helps like put up her hair with the turkey bone with the design in it.
Are you talking about me or Tilly?
Yeah. Sorry, Tilly. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I still 16 feet tall?
Is that permanent?
Yeah.
You
Okay, it's just for the
like pretty
fire.
much right after that have shrank back to your normal size.
Yeah, I think
Sweet.
she kind of understands the gesture. So she kneels down on one knee, so I guess 4 feet, but then like bends down her head to like let him do it.
Yeah, kind of like a Cricket's not a hairdresser, so it's like a messy bun with the bone through it to kind of hold it in place.
Love that so much.
And
Yeah. And then she
Just
kind of
like
like
pebbles.
yeah, she like pats it a little bit. It's like Tilly loves it. Thank you,
We
Cricket.
tried.
Griffin does start speaking in Orcish, and he says, so this is what he's actually saying in Orcish. Hail to the gods, we praise and honor you as we praise and honor the dead. Hail to the brave warrior, the bright shield warrior. He was called.
Dope.
Very nice.
I don't think Tilly. No, she doesn't actually speak Orcish. No, she speaks that in Goblin, I think. But I think she recognizes that it's like like a respect kind of thing. So she like kind of goes like that, bats on the ground. And it's just like
Griffin looks back at her and goes,
I think
Yeah.
Orin, in this moment, to help with the sacredness of this moment, I'd like to try and cast like sacred flame on the funeral pyre to have it kind of like glow with like warm angelic light and
No, so nice, so welcoming.
Toad just
Enter
sitting
the
there
light.
You wanna add?
Guys, man.
Come into the light. Carolyn.
does it like change the color of it? Is it like blue or something?
in my mind it's like it goes from like a normal fire color to like a golden fire, and it like
Oh.
light rays kind of come off of it and cast up on the cave walls and stuff like that.
All
Not like
right.
threatening way, just like a warm, peaceful way.
This goes on for a while, and the pyre does eventually die down. Everything is concluded here. The villagers have kind of wandered off to go think about their lives and what Orin has said. Toad, you're still chilling by the other fire. I'm presuming very bored.
Yeah.
Who was the dude from the Fire Nation who ended up becoming like friends with them?
Zuko.
Zuko.
That's him. So it's Zuko.
You're not far off. You're not far off.
Mm-mm.
I think at that point, is it daytime? Is it nighttime?
I'll say it's like midday.
Midday.
Yeah, I think the light was coming up just as we were approaching.
So I think I'd probably like put my hand on Tilly's shoulder and just say, "We'll give you another couple moments," and kind of turn to Griffin and Cricket and give them like a pointed look, like Lego. Like wander, go back out to Toad, and kind of give Tilly a final moment alone.
Okay. Yeah, I think Cricket walks out to the buffet table again and starts kind of picking over what was left. They did what they could for Tilly. I don't think they like this. The Cyclops wasn't the point of concern for Cricket. It was just Tilly's intention that he was honoring.
That's fair. Tilly, what are you doing left alone with the remains, like the burnt up remains of the Cyclops?
I think she's thinking about her tribe, the Zupgar bugbears from the mountains, and because like the death and all that other stuff reminds her of that. She doesn't like violence, and it's because it was her whole life has been filled with violence, and it's been kind of forced on her type deal, and so she's kind of like sort of reliving that, if that makes sense. But also, like, if this was like an anime flashback scene, it would have been like shown that in her travels, like from the mountain before she met Cricket, she had experienced a true warrior's like funeral and like the respect it is, and like she's kind of like replaying that in her head, and then after a few moments she just goes to join the others.
All right. Tilly, back with the rest of the group. You have probably, I'll say, 8 hours or so until dusk sets. You're not super far off from Orin's Keep at this moment. So, what is the plan?
I think we're
starts poking Tilly with another turkey leg, just being like at their hip level of like, you need to eat.
Like, hey, you want this?
I think with not as much excitement as usual, but she still takes it and starts to like munch on it,
Yeah.
Griffin will actually go into his pack, and he gets that dime bag of catnip that he had, and he just walks over to Tilly and kind of hands it to her, and then just like walks back over to find Toad.
I think she's just gonna like tuck it in one of her pockets, for a little later.
Takes it in her palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Griffin just gave her drugs.
You got to be in the right mindset for catnip. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was like, when you're feeling better, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'd start walking. We'd start heading out again. The villagers, you said, just kind of wandered off, and they're back in their village doing their thing.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they rethink their lives and how they choose to worship their deity, because I'll tell you, this was some of the more silly situations that people who, when you live out in the middle of nowhere, you get some crazy ideas, and that's why every now and then you just gotta go poke your head into town and be like, hey, what's happening? What's life like? Like, what are the rest of the worshippers of my faith doing? And Orange just rambling again as he's walking.
I think we saved them from drinking some bad potion that would, and ultimately take all their lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
If your god said, or if a Cyclops wanders through and tells everybody to drink this delicious,
Kool-Aid,
jungle juice, are you gonna do it? You might want to stop and think about it first.
Maybe the dude you're talking to is not God.
Maybe not.
Because he's wearing sunglasses and thinks that he can do whatever he wants.
Hell yeah.
So I assume we're kind of all meandering towards Orin's Keep. I'm gonna hang back with Toad and make sure I'm out of earshot of everybody else. Hey, I clocked that wound. Why'd you take him out?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Gonna be me?
I'm looking around at our friends, and the only one that's carrying a katana is you. And that blade
There's,
is the one that made that kick.
there's a lot of wounds on him. I can't say for certain which wound took
There's
him
only
out.
2 blade wounds. And only
Yeah.
one person with the blade.
He had a wide open stomach, Achilles heel taken out, a neck chomp on him. You know, you never know.
Look, I like you as a person, but you know I beat you once, right?
Nah, I forgot about all that. I don't remember it.
Yeah. I just want to know why. I don't care that you did it. I'm not going to tell anybody else that you did it. I'm just curious as to why you did it.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
All right, Shaggy.
The famous bard.
Yes.
Right?
Shaggy the famous bard.
I like
Oh my gosh.
something about being bombastic. I just kind of give him a look, and I walk up closer to Tilly and the rest of the group.
All right. The party travels on through the day, and you come out of the fields and into like grassy rolling hills and stuff like that. And as you travel just a bit farther, beyond a series of rather tall hills, you can see the very top of a keep. Just kind of like as you're coming up and over, like periodically you see the top of it, and then it'll go back down, and then you'll see. But you are at presumably what would be the final hill as nightfall starts encroaching on you. Reaching the top of the hill, you spy with your little eyes a very large keep, which think of it as just like a really fat wizard tower. Like, it doesn't have the normal square bits to it like a castle. Like, this is just like a cylindrical tower that is, from where you're standing, it looks probably 30 stories tall. There's a few like rundown houses kind of like around the keep, and from where you are with your mystical creature eyes and only human in the entire realm eyes, you all can see kind of like dancing around the town and like flittering here and there are various imps and memphits, basically little minions of the demon world. They're all just kind of like skittering around, just doing whatever their hearts desire. And you can see a bunch of people that are living in kind of this these rundown houses and whatnot. They are roaming around. They're carrying baskets of food and stuff. It almost looks like they're just living everyday lives, just with these little demon minions just always around. And as the sun sets completely and the darkness kind of takes over the land, you hear a bunch of cheering as fireworks begin going off all around the keep.
Oh, seems like a party, guys. Want to go check it out?
Don't you,
Lyra must be there in spirit.
Isn't this your keep?
I mean, yes, and we're on our way to the keep, but do we want to stop in the town first?
Well, there's a lot of little imps over there, and I think you have just the magic to make them have a really horrible evening.
I mean, they look like they're having a good time with everybody else.
I'll follow your lead.
Yeah, I think we go open with the spirit of enjoyment and revelry.
Let's go introduce ourselves.
And that's where we're going to end our stream for this evening. Thank you all very much for chiming in, checking it out. Your roles and points in the chat was absolutely Perfect chef kiss timing. Well played, well done. Thank you to these amazing players. You all always keep it fresh and fun. I love it so much. Tomorrow we have The Wild Sea, a post-apocalyptic adventure through a world that has been completely engulfed by forest. Some players include a humanoid cactus, a humanoid mushroom, a humanoid moth. And an animated shipwreck that is actually a possessed ghost. So join us. It's going to be a lot of fun, good times to be had. They are going to search a nuclear submarine for its nuclear power. So thank you all very much, and we will see you next game. Bye, everybody.